If your jam results just dropped, or you are still expecting to see your results, whatever you're doing, you have to stop to watch this video till the end, because what I'm about to share with you is the difference between securing admission this year and spending another year at home waiting for the next jam. Now, I've worked with hundreds of Nigerian students through this process. Like, I've physically been able to guide hundreds and tons of students to achieve the success of securing admission. And I can tell you with confidence that the students who lose their admission don't lose it because they don't have a good jam score. They actually lose it because they don't have a proper guide. Now, my name is Akintola. I founded Fobac, and this video is me interviewing one of our 2025 students, which his name is Daniel, and he's going to tell you exactly what he went through after the Jamb exam, the mistakes he made before that time, and what he did. Okay, right now, before we get into the conversation I had with Daniel, I just quickly want to show you some of our chats at the previous years, right? Here is Daniel sending me his matric or matriculation picture. That is some months back, right? And here was the message he sent to me when he gained admission. Obviously, we processed LAUTECH and it worked perfectly fine. And here's the admission letter, and here's the message he sent to me from via WhatsApp. Now, I'm saying all of this not because I just want to say it. I'm saying it so that you see the possibility of having someone to hold your hands, guiding you through the process till admission is gotten. Daniel sent me an epistle when he was wanting to just show his gratitude and all. And there was no just best person I could have this interactive section with than Daniel. So you want to sit tight, grab your popcorn, because I'm going to be having a lot of chats with Daniel. Let's dive right into it. You're welcome, and it's glad seeing you. I think we have actually been having conversation online most of the time. All through last year, it was majorly online, and this is the first time we are meeting, and I'm so excited meeting you. But then I just want to ask you a few questions as regards everything that happened last year during the course of you being admitted. I know I met you 2024, right? Yes. Good. But then 2024 did not really work out, I think, because of O-level issues. So 2025 is when the real work started, when the O-level result was complete and your jam result. But the first question I want to quickly ask is, what was your first experience when you saw your jam results? Like, how do you feel?
It was, to be honest, it was so disappointing. Like, I felt so disappointed in the result. Even myself, I feel really bad. I didn't expect. I prepared so well for the exam, but
You didn't turn out to be. What was your goal? What was your goal?
my goal was 300. Like every jam to want to have 300 plus. My goal was 300 plus. But when I saw the result, I was shocked. That kind of, and there was this fear also before I saw the result. But I didn't expect that it was going to be that.
So what was your jam score eventually?
I had 247.
247, amazing, amazing. Well, the other truth is, when it comes to jam and results, most of the time it always turns out that it's not what one expects that one gets, right? But like I used to tell students, the major thing is using what you have to get what you want. It is not really the jam result, so to say. It is using that jam result to secure admission. That is what really matters. Thank you so much, Daniel, for answering that question. I appreciate your sincere answer. What was the choice of school you applied to then?
But then I chose Unilag. So I dreamt big in terms of my jam score, my choice of school.
It is just the way every Jambite will always practically react. In fact, most Jambites at the moment, you see they apply for Unilag at first, medicine and surgery and all. But then, mainly after jam result, that is when reality sets in for those that want to really accept reality. Okay. Now, I want you to tell us, immediately after you saw your jam results, this is what you have. Practically, you were confused. What was the step you took immediately when you feel, okay, this is practically the situation as of now? What do I do? What did you do?
So I reached out to you that time, and because when I was being sincere, and I saw my jam results, I was even thinking that there was nothing else to do. I thought you were just going to say, Daniel, don't worry, we'll try again next year. I was able to prepare my arts and my year.
To hear the bad news.
Exactly. And luckily for me, and fortunately, I had a very not even I hate pacifying words. Like, what's that? I felt so relieved, and I was like, wow, so they're still. And that really gave me a lot of hope.
Amazing. So the conversation that we had, or let me just say the consultation section we had, seems to make a big difference. So tell me, what happened in the consultation? What did we talk about? You applied to Unilag at first, you had 247, and you obviously reach out to us for consultation section, and tell us, or tell other Jambites out there, what was the content of our discussion as at then? What did we talk about? What decision did you make, and how?
Okay, so when I reached out to Fobac about it, and I opted in for the consultation, it was we had we, I booked for a session, so we talked. The first thing he told me was that I first of all need to take my mind off the fact that this result is not good or this result is low. That is not the focus now. Like that, you usually have to tell me that this is not the focus. What you need to focus now is how to use this result to gain admission. So that time, so my mindset shifted to making sure I gain admission with that jam score and not waste it. Because you even have to cite examples of people that had lower than that and still gain admission into good schools in Nigeria. So that really motivated. That really took me. Yes, I really need to.
Fantastic.
So,
That was amazing. The interesting thing is, or the surprising thing is, me personally can't even remember everything I told you then. Because I think it's over months now, right? That because I think we're talking about what happened last year, 2025 Jam, right? Now, you picked Unilag at first, right? What did we tell you to do? I want you to be emphatic about the exact decision that was made immediately after we had the section.
Okay, so the exact decision we made was to first of all change the choice of school because it was so obvious that Unilab won't be able to work again for that kind of
Do
time.
you remember we actually calculated, we projected your chances in Unilag, and that was actually led us to. In fact, I think I can remember now, if my memory serves me well. I think what led us to LAUTECH majorly was when we calculated Unilag and we saw that the chances there was not really possible with 47 computer science. I asked you the state of origin.
that was just like
the brake lights
exactly.
door, so to say.
So maybe just said, what's that? I said, oh yes, the woman was like, oh my god, like LAUTECH. And that we didn't even waste too much time on that. Make you just think that my state of origin was Oyo State. So just wait for everything. And it was even very clear that like you make it just like said it. You already said that. Don't worry. You've already been admitted LAUTECH. You already said.
Now, I want you to hear this very clearly, that whatever you have as your JAMB score is not actually the final verdict. As a matter of fact, from experience, those that have eventually been able to secure admission are not necessarily those that have the highest JAMB score. So the question you should just be asking yourself at this moment is, how do I use this JAMB score to secure admission this year? Now, the honest truth about this is that for many of you that are just doing this for the first time, practically you would be confused. And if you have done it first, second, third, you haven't done it for the fourth time, you would still also be confused because you have done it before and it's never worked for you. But this year, you just want to do something a bit different. Now, I have seen it happen to brilliant students that scored a very good JAMB score, and at the end of everything, they were not able to use this to get admission eventually. Now, I will quickly expose you to 3 mistakes you shouldn't make. I mean, these are the mistakes that reduce the chances of over millions of students from getting admission. And you don't want to make the mistake, right? The first one is the mistake of making the wrong decision without proper guidance. Now, most Jambites, maybe after the Jamb results, they are typically making these decisions confused. That is what is the most horrible thing about it. You are confused and you're still making a confused decision. The second mistake that they make is them hearing or making decisions based on what a family member is saying. Now, let me just be clear. The younger sister of your daddy, junior brother, should not be determining the kind of school and course you are changing to. It doesn't just make sense, simply because you cannot even use your friend's way of securing admission to compare with yours. Peculiar situation, different approach. Now, the last mistake you shouldn't make is the mistake of being over ambitious. Some of you refuse to be realistic with yourself. I mean, this is your JAMB score, it is 180, and you are still sticking to the fact that when you study Muslim, it's the same JAMB score. In which means you know that the chances are practically low. So these are the 3 mistakes that I feel a lot of Jambites make. But then Daniel was able to avoid every of them. Let me bring Daniel up so that I can continue from where he stopped. So back to you, Daniel. If you have listened to Daniel and you recognize yourself in his story, then you already know what to do. But I want to speak to a specific set of students. These students are the students that have done JAMB countless good number of times. I mean, you did it at first, you had a very good JAMB score, but then you were not able to use it to secure admission. You did it the second time, same thing happened, and this is your thought. Maybe it's even you. And all of this are happening not because you are not capable, but because you went through this process without the right guide, without making the right decision, and obviously it didn't work out. Now, if that is you, you want to do exactly Daniel did, and as a matter of fact, it's not only Daniel who was able to get, we were able to get good tons of students, specifically hundreds of them were able to secure admission via a proper guide, via the admission consultation guide. Now, the Fobac admission consultation guide is exactly what Daniel used. It is a structured step-by-step program that helps you to make the best decision as regards change of course and a change of school. Not only that, we are also able to hold your hands all through from the process when you change to the process of you applying to the school you change to until admission is gotten. And the interesting thing about all of this is that you also have access to an enclosed community that other millions of students don't have access to, which typically gives you an edge over them. Why? Simply because there are some hidden tips that is going to be shared in this group to help you outsmart them in the decision you are going to be making. So if this something is what you feel will add a lot of value to you, you want to tap any link you're seeing on your screen, you want to send us a DM where we're going to send you the link to pay for the consultation guide. You have access to the special videos we have created, and also you have access to a 1v1 consultation section. And now, how much does all of this admission consultation guide cost? It simply costs a token of 7,500 naira. But right now, as I'm doing this video, if you're watching this video in the month of May 2026, you can get access. You can get access to all of these for a token of 5,000 naira. Note, if you're watching this video after May, you're not able to get it at a discounted price. Rather, you'll be able to get it 7,500 naira, which is still a bit of steal to a good number of students. Because by the time you calculate in a month, you'll be using to the change, of course, doing the wrong thing. You eventually realize that why didn't I pay for the admission consultation guide to make the best and the right decision? Remember, Fobac always got you covered. If